everyone, and welcome to PsycBrain. In today's video, we will be discussing the 5 ways to overcome social anxiety. What's that? You said you already know? Well then, silly. If you already know, then why are you still here? Just kidding. Be sure to stick around. These tips will have you performing in front of more crowds than Jay-Z. Have you ever had that feeling of not wanting to be called on in class or a job just to speak in front of a large group? Let's say you have a project you had just finished, and it has to be presented in front of everyone. Let's say about 40 people. You know you did a good job creating your project. The teacher or the boss is about to call on names to present. Would you raise your hand to be first, or would you want to be last to present? Just something to think about before we get into today's topic. Let's be honest. We've all been there. Comment below on what you would have done in that situation. So, how damaging is social anxiety? Well, social anxiety is often misunderstood, and most people are actually suffering in silence. It's really much more than feeling shy and not wanting to speak up in large settings. Speaking in large settings can be very scary, I know. It can really take control and impede your everyday life. Social Anxiety UK states that social anxiety is a common and distressing condition, with as many as 40% of the population suffering from it. First, let us understand what is social anxiety. Social anxiety disorder is a common type of anxiety disorder. A person with a social anxiety disorder feels symptoms of anxiety. It also could be fear in certain social situations, such as meeting new people, dating, and being on a job interview. Doing everyday things in front of people, such as eating or drinking in front of others, or using a public restroom, also causes anxiety or fear. The person is afraid that he or she will be humiliated, judged, and rejected. The fear that people with social anxiety disorder have in social situations is so strong that they feel it is far beyond their ability to control. As a result, it gets in the way of going to work, attending school, or doing everyday things. People with a social anxiety disorder may worry about these and other things for weeks before they happen. Most people end up staying away from places where they think it would embarrass them. Number 1. You should challenge your negative thoughts. Sometimes it may feel like there's nothing you can do about the way you feel or how you think. In all actuality, there are a number of things that could help. By challenging your mentality and negative thoughts, you can reduce the symptoms of social anxiety. Just start by identifying the anxious thoughts that pop into your head when you start thinking of social situations. Next, you should analyze these thoughts and challenge them. Start by questioning why you actually think like this and if your first reaction is really how you feel. Or, you could be just always assuming the worst. Changing the way you think can be a long process, and is not an immediate fix, but the mind is a powerful thing, and it is very much possible. Number 2. Be mindful. Being mindful and practicing mindful meditation can help you to be present and aware of your own thoughts and feelings in a non-judgmental way. In a recent study, researchers found that meditation has effects on activity in certain areas of the brain. Participants who had normal levels of anxiety took part in 4 20-minute mindfulness meditation classes. This treatment led to a 39% decrease in anxiety levels after mindfulness training. Number 3. Create an exposure hierarchy. You should identify and rate how each social situation makes you feel, in terms of the level of anxiousness. For example, 0 would mean no anxiety, and 10 would be like the worst panic attack. So, make a list and write down how you think you would feel, for every situation, no matter how small or big. From walking into a huge room at some gathering, to going to your favorite music concert. It's important to write down on a piece of paper, or even type notes on your phone. Number 4. Stop focusing on yourself. Yes, really. It's hard to stop the ongoing mind chatter when you're in certain situations that make you uncomfortably anxious. I notice often, we sometimes focus more on ourselves than worrying about what's actually going on. It's almost always assuming it will be negative. The thought that everyone will be looking at you when you walk into a room. Or even judging you every time they stare at you. That isn't the case. Stop focusing on yourself and what other people are thinking of you. Try shifting your focus on other people, try to be present, and make honest connections. Trust me. No one's perfect. So try to live in the moment, and really listen to what is being said. Number 5. Take a breath. Alright, we've all heard this saying. It makes sense. Doesn't it? Of course, there are more ways to overcome social anxiety. Never forget, you're not alone. Practice these tips to see if it helps. If you liked this video, you'll definitely love what we'll have in the next. Be sure to click the subscribe button and turn on your post notifications for this channel. You don't want to miss out on the next video. Alright, thanks for watching.